Due to high inflation in the year 2022, the Turkish lira lost about 24% of its value against Indonesian rupiah. We used this opportunity to have an 8-day vacation to Turkey. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Michelle, and what we're doing here is preserving the memories of my youth. So join me as I explore this new beautiful foreign land. And on today's episode of that journey, we're gonna start by arriving after a 15-hour flight from Surabaya. We finally landed at 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐆𝐶 at 8 a.m. What is this? What is this?
I'm too tired to walk.
What do you mean, Sarah?
I don't know why, but sitting makes me more tired.
Kedinginan, Bob? Dingin. Lengkap. Atau cakep.
Cakep.
Yeah, cakep. Niwan, wah ai. Nio.
I know this.
Indonesian? Enak? Indonesian?
No, Indonesia. Cakep.
Cakep. Cheerio, mate. Got ourselves a
Sus, handphone ini mana sus?
buat ganti nomor.
Ojo hilang yo, itu tuh berharga sekali yo.
Siap.
Sampai sebetulnya.
Everyone kind of dozed off during our 2-hour bus ride from 𝐈𝐍𝐒 to 𝐤𝑩𝑦𝑒 Castle. I don't blame them though. I was pretty jet-lagged myself, but I just had to linger. I refused to just let this breathtaking sight slip away. And before you know it, we made it to our destination. We didn't stay there for long though. We were only there to take some pictures, and obviously a mandatory bathroom break before we continued our journey to an underground city in Cappadocia, which, if I'm being honest, was a complete hell for someone as claustrophobic as me. I mean, I was just trying to keep my cool for my brother, but deep down I was very anxious. I mean, who wouldn't be? There was barely any space for us to walk on. So steep. Oh my god. We literally had to crouch most of the time, but this was totally on me. Our guide did warn us to not go if we have disabilities or claustrophobia. But by the end of it, I was grateful that I did, because now I get to say I've been there, done that. We got out of the cave and look who we met. I'm still a little bit dizzy, honestly, but I'm hanging in there because kita lagi OTW pergi makan. Air di sini namanya berak. One of Cappadocia's most famous dish is a pottery kebab. Turns out it tasted like tomato soup, which I am not a fan of, and the taste of the chipping clay doesn't really help. But I'll try anything once for the experience. After our meal, we made our way to the next destination, which was even more breathtaking than anything I've ever seen. My brother had so much fun running around there, but he would soon learn that happiness don't really last in the real world. Yep, you guessed it. He got pooped on by a pigeon. Itu kena burung nasty. Kena atau kayak burungnya so disgusting, Pop. The view from up here. We finally arrived at our dinner location at 6 p.m. The sky was still bright, so we had this amazing view. And though the portions of the food here are quite small, they were very delicious, so I just had to give my compliments to the chef. Sir, this? Nice. Dagingnya lebih enak kebab, tapi bumbunya lebih enak lem. My last 2 peas. We're staying at like a cave hotel. I'm gonna give you a room tour. Jadi ini tidur sama Lin. Ini kita naik tangga, and we have like a private area buat kita berdua toh. And like this is our room. Kita 108. Ini kita di ruangan paling ujung. Oh my god. Terus ini literally turun lagi. Okay, so this is our bed. Aku ya tadi belum turun sih. This is me checking it out as well. Oh my god, it's huge. Iki kamu mandi, aku ngeseng. They had 17 rooms, all with different unique designs. And since our group took 15 rooms, I got the privilege to see them all. Panjangnya bulat. Bathroomnya gak ada pintu ya, literally itu nyambung bedroom. We then took a 5-hour nap and proceeded to go on a hot air balloon ride.
We're gonna fly, we're gonna breathe fresh clouds.
The pilot took photos and videos of us and sold the file for $100. As expected, they couldn't be loaded. This is your reminder to not fall for their scams. went back to the hotel for breakfast, and this was all they'd given us. Thankfully, our hotel manager was understanding enough to serve us some fries and omelets. Next on the itinerary was the Jeep Safari tour. Since this was my first experience, I didn't know they were driving that way on purpose. I just thought we were gonna see some wildlife, but they dropped us at 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐆𝐑𝐀𝐌 to take some pictures. Then we had steak for lunch, followed by an afternoon of horseback riding. I feel truly blessed to have been to so many places in such a young age, but this place was so magical. I didn't even feel like I was on Earth. Personally, it felt like a utopia untouched by time. But since riding through the trails left us dirty and smelly, we decided to get a full body massage while waiting for dinner time to come. The place we went to was like 1 hour away from our hotel, which was so not worth it. I shared my horrible dining experience there, but instead of listening to their customers' input, they somehow thought it would be smarter to just make fake accounts defending their name. No wonder there's no room to grow their so-called dancing skills. I mean, all would be forgiven if the food was decent, but all they served was this 11 plates of bland side dishes and 1 small plate of the main dish, which they had expected to make the bellies of 15 full-grown adults full. The only good thing about this place is the belly dancing performance, but even that is not worth the 1 hour ride back and from. Now that I think about it, this place was definitely a tourist trap. It was kind of upsetting because it was our last night there. We went to Pamukkale the next day by bus. It was an 8-hour bus ride, so we made a pit stop at 𝐤𝑩𝑒𝘍𝐒𝐻𝐿𝑖𝐑𝐻𝑒𝐊. While it was architecturally impressive, I do find it quite boring, so I went and have a little stroll around the neighborhood. While the group was still taking pictures, I was completely drawn in by an irresistible smell coming from this roadside stall, which didn't look promising at all, but it turned out to be one of the best meals I had there. I then went to a local store to get more water supply for the whole bus.
Itu jajan-jajanin di situ semua. Aduh, pipis. Toilet.
Toilet is downstairs.
Okay, thank you. Kalau di Turki itu apa? Lampunya itu sensor, so we have to walk. Nih ya, walk. Jut. Lagi kencing lampunya mati. Jadi tiap kali kencing kita harus gini, guys.
We also spent some time at Mevlana Museum. By that I actually meant we kind of got lost, so we couldn't make it in time for our dinner reservation. And we just decided to eat at this rest area. I wanted to taste everything, so I got 1 of each. Everything was so good and so cheap. After enjoying a hearty feast, we continued our journey to Pamukkale and arrived at our hotel at midnight. We checked out right away after breakfast because the plan was to fly to Istanbul after spending the whole day taking pictures at the Cotton Castle, Hierapolis, and the Cleopatra Antique Pools. Imagine my shock when I found out that they were all located in the same park. I was also stunned when I learned that the Cleopatra Antique Pools is actually open for public. When I looked Cotton Castle up online, I assumed it was ice, so I was expecting the wall from Game of Thrones. Most of the area was closed off, so all the tourists that wanted to take a picture were just gathered in the same place, in an area where the limestones aren't even white anymore. Thankfully, me and my cousin found a hidden spot where nobody disturbed our photo taking session. Discovering they were all in the same place actually saved us a lot of time. We had many hours waiting and hanging out at the airport.
This is really good, I'm not kidding. Terus kita beli Indomie ini, kita pengen nyoba. Soalnya Indominya ini kayak bukan beda sama punya Indo gitu. I bought the curry and she bought the chicken flavor. Ini mahal banget, kayak 140 buat 2 fusti sama 2 Indomie. Literally enak banget. Nih ya, tak kasih testimoni satu lagi. Ini udah minum fusti hari ini 4 apa 5? 5 lemon 5. Ini chicken, ini curry, tapi bumbunya maksudnya ini chicken, ini curry. You get what I mean?